Did Yeat diss Ian? Alright, so the kids had their fun with Kendrick and Drake, so now it's the real men's turn with Ian versus Yeat. Okay, so yesterday a snippet that was posted by Yeat and deleted in like under 30 seconds came out, and it had a lot of people wondering whether or not Yeat dissed Ian. In the snippet, he said, "Oh, you trying to take my sauce from me? Gotta give that back." And this started blowing up everywhere on Twitter and all those Instagram news pages. But here's the full little part of that snippet. He said, "You trying to take my sauce from me? Gotta give that back. Oh, you trying to learn how to make this bread? Gotta take my class. You trying to do what you can do? You trying to be who you can? Haha." And right off the bat, people gave some pretty strong reactions. One person said, "Ian really about to bring the best out of Yeat. Oh my god. Yeat would annihilate Ian if we're being serious. Let's be real, Ian is cool, but nowhere near Yeat. We're about to witness greatness." Yeat asked though, "We all know Ian is better anyways." Whoa. And the whole debate, or part of the debate, was, is he even dissing Ian? And a lot of people call this a reach. Keep reaching, buddy. But I wouldn't really say so. I would say it's definitely not a reach. I agree with this person, and I'll explain why. But let's go through what some other people were saying. Another person said, "He finding his way back." By that, he means like Yeat is rapping again. Hashtag Ian, pack your bags. Also, the way people on Twitter talk is mad funny. Look at this interaction. "Let's not count Ian out. Hashtag all I'm saying. Stirring the pot a little. Hashtag let's see." And a lot of people were kind of just like making fun of the situation. For example, one person said, "White man who sounds like black man tells white man who sounds like black man to give his sauce back." I'm not gonna lie, I never associated Yeat with sounding black. He sound like Martians. His stuff sounds like Martians made it. And yeah, everyone was like, "Yo, you're tripping." And others were kind of like, "Yo, genuinely didn't know Yeat had haters." I didn't know this either. I think this is just like a case of like people on the internet who are they just love to like go against anything, especially on Twitter. Like, yeah, that's why even Mr. Beast has haters and stuff. But anyways, more people were making fun of it. They pulled up that one meme where it's like, "Bro, I'm from the rack, like Chirac, you the white one." And then he's like, "You probably white on here." I read that backwards, my bad. But it's just like a meme of two white kids pretending to be black on the internet and making fun of each other. And there was more Yeat defense. "Ian will never be Yeat. I need you guys to stop the comparisons. 24 Ian versus 21-22 Yeat. They're complaining LeBron and Jordan." All right, that's a little crazy. And others were just saying, "Yo, this has nothing to do with, like, Ian is not a clone of Yeat." He said all Yeat stuff is getting high, just saying, like, how do they sound alike? And this next tweet kind of like explains everything. This guy said, "Ian sound like that one Yeat voice all the time. I can't put my finger on it." And that's kind of what like a lot of people have been saying. They've been saying that Ian just uses like a Yeat preset and just raps, and that's why he sounds like Yeat. But I'll go into that more. Like this guy said, "Bro, the moment a white rapper starts blowing up, it's compared to Yeat. Ian does not look, sound, or act like him at all. So y'all saying he want to be Yeat so bad." Okay, first of all, Ian is the first white rapper that has blown up that people have been comparing to Yeat. Like, who else has been compared to Yeat? I don't know. It's not really. And if we're being honest, there are like, I wouldn't really say there would be an Ian without Yeat. So it does add up. Other people are also calling Ian a white Yeat. How can you be a white version of a white dude? That makes no sense. And Ian is going crazy. He shut down like Melrose yesterday or something. And he's actually been getting a lot of like, I wouldn't say hate, but these comparisons. For example, like, yeah, I mean hate. For example, not this one time, he posted a picture on Instagram. It was just the album cover. And they're like, "Yo, these cosigns are paid for." Basically, Manchester City commented. I think Cole Bennett commented too. I don't know if they paid for it or not. And people have been saying that he's been copying, like in their Lyrical Lemonade videos. So Yeat had a bunch of like Urises and Lambos, and Ian was in like a impound center or something. So they're like, "Yo, you're copying him." But they were both on Lyrical Lemonade, so let's be real. And these Yeat comparisons aren't anything new. Ian is like Yeat was literate. And some people are even pretending like Ian is coming close to Yeat's 2021 run. Like, yo, Yeat dropped like 200 songs in 2021. Ian has like 4 songs. But someone brought up a really good point, and I wanted to talk about that. So this guy named Perk Heaven said, "Ian to Yeat is what Cochise was to Cardi. Rappers that just appeal to their old sound." And I would say this completely, like, Yeat will never go back to his 2021 sound. He'll just be a more evolved version. And there's always, and I feel like with like SoundCloud, there's always a new sound, and it's not like R&B or like some other genre like house where it's an established sound that's been around for decades. It's so new that I say that like a lot of times these artists create a demand for something that wasn't there before, and it literally could just be their old sound. So when he says what Cochise was to Cardi, or Coach Ice, or I honestly, I'm not a fan of Cochise, so I don't even know. Basically, if you don't know, Cardi had his whole like baby voice wave back in 2019, 2020-ish. It was called like the V2 era or whatever, but or V1, I forget, but basically there were a bunch of like snippets and a couple songs with his baby voice, but it never actually materialized into released music on all platforms. So there was like this demand for that type of sound, but it was never coming from Cardi, right? Except maybe from leaks. So Cochise kind of like capitalized and banked off that sound of, you know, him using a baby voice, and he basically was like a Cardi clone. He just cloned him, especially in the beginning. You can kind of say he's different now, and he just sucked up that demand. And what this guy's saying is, Ian is the same thing for Yeat. He's just this guy that's just banking off Yeat's old sound, and I wouldn't really say that Ian hops on old Yeat beats, but the similarities are uncanny. By the way, I do just want to say, Ian's name is Ian Smith, and Yeat's name is Noah Oliver Smith. So like, imagine if they just like set their differences aside, and by differences I mean absolutely nothing, because they're both just white dudes rapping, and dropped an EP called like The Smiths. That would be so hard. They can both rap. Like, come on, please guys, please. Anyways, there was more though, or not more. Like, people have been, you know, as I said, talking about the whole standing in front of cars thing. You know, apparently they were debating whether one was more iconic color. Okay, he just made that word up for engagement. Ian has been making a lot of people mad for a while, is all I'm trying to say. For example, let's look at this tweet. Lyrical Lemonade fell off and Ian is a gentrified Yeat. Okay, I said that way too enthusiastically. Clearly an industry plant and sucks. But the effing lyric, the way I'm driving this Wraith, they gonna put me on, oh, I gotta blur that word, has been stuck in my head. But anyways, I would like to defend Ian as well, because, you know, I don't think it's totally fair we just call him a clone, alright? Anyways, a couple people pointed out was that Yeat has been writing bars about stealing swag his whole career, okay? And, you know, immediately someone was like, bro, just give me more beef. We need that. So, you know, people love seeing beef and downfalls and all that. We know that. But another person was like, you might be right. Well, here's why I think it's wrong, all right? Why would, like, I feel like a lot of times people pretend like people don't know what's going on. Why would Yeat post that snippet? As I didn't just read the one little part of the snippet that everyone's been posting. Like, the entire thing was pretty, you know, specific. He almost like wrapped a whole paragraph. He's not gonna post a snippet about stealing swag when Ian just dropped his debut, like, EP or album or whatever. Specifically, you know, like, it's too much of a coincidence to be a coincidence. Does that make sense? Also, Yeat doesn't follow Ian on Instagram. I feel like if he wanted to show love or if he messed with him, he would just follow him. You know what I'm saying? Another thing a lot of people were saying is that this is not directed at anyone. Bro probably doesn't even know Ian exists. All right, dude. He doesn't live under a rock, guys. Like, he's not actually an alien. Like, he's not out of this world. Like, he knows about Ian, bro. Are you out of your mind? He's definitely seen Ian. Ian is everywhere. A lot of people said, give me one Ian and Yeat song that sound the same. And a lot of people were defending him. The only similarity between them is Ian ad-lib preset on the same songs for real, and I guess beats, but that don't mean much for real. I'm so tired of people lying just so they can justify their hate for Ian. Ian music is okay. I see why people don't like him, but he is not copying Yeat. Wimbledon. And yeah, that song is pretty similar, but you could just tell from the way he raps and his preset that it's, you know, it's very similar to Yeat. I wouldn't say that he's like completely copying Yeat either, because he's his own person and everything, but the similarities are there. To pretend like they're not there is kind of crazy. And it looks like Ian even has his own stance. This guy named Devin Hardenayama Bubbles emoji said, man, Yeat, you only got 4 good songs and you're only known from NBA edits. Ian clears. Alright, this can't be a real person. Alright, yeah. By the way, super random. I feel like another thing this thing kind of showed us is that Yeat has a lot of pretty big fans. And a lot of people have been saying he fell off from his last album, but it just hit 400 million streams on Spotify, which is kind of crazy. So anyways, is Ian actually being dissed by Yeat? I think it was like a sneak diss or just like a little slight. I don't think it was anything crazy. I don't think anyone said it was anything crazy. I also think Ian whether or not he'll last is kind of like up in the air. I feel like I have another video on this, but a lot of these newer quote unquote industry plants, they have really good marketing compared to the previous ones. So I don't think they'll like all fall off or whatnot, but it's kind of like a what's next question for him. But I did want to say this. So I'm gonna make another video on this situation, but do you guys remember how like Rich Amiri, he dropped that one song, One Call, and it went crazy, and everyone's like, wait, this is basically Future Serve the Bass, and it did really well, right? Well, I think one of the reasons it initially caught traction and did really well is because Future hadn't dropped for the longest time ever. I think it was like 400 or 500 days. That was like a record for him. So people were kind of like yearning for that type of sound, and he did well. His recent single did really poorly, and I'll make a whole video on this situation entirely. But what I'm trying to say is, a lot of times there's just like this pocket of demand where fans are they just kind of want to hear something, and sometimes small artists can take advantage of that, right? So I think that's what Yeat has done here. People kind of wanted, I don't think people were like missing Yeat rap. Actually, they were. So I think a lot of people, I wouldn't say it's like he blew up because people, they wanted Yeat to come back rapping so much, but I think that because Yeat stopped rapping, he kind of left that opening up. I think Yeat is going to start rapping. And I think what is Ian gonna do then? Like, what is Ian gonna do when Yeat starts rapping? Because when Future dropped his album, then all of a sudden it was like, who's really gonna start listening to Rich Amiri copying Future? No one, right? Because there's literally Future. So when Yeat starts dropping and starts rapping, who's really gonna start listening to Ian, right? Like, are people gonna be as interested? I don't think so. Because I think it's a lot of the same people that listen to like Yeat and Ian, right? Because it's the same type of artist, so it's gonna be the same demographic. Does that make sense? Like it's all gonna be like, you saw that Melrose pop up, or I think I'll pop up a video of like Ian in New York. It's all white kids, it's exact same demographic as Yeat. I think they did a vlog too, where I think Our Generation Music did a vlog. And in it, they were kind of like interviewing the kids. And I don't know if you guys remember this, but they did the same thing with Yeat when he was first blowing up and doing shows at the Roxy and stuff. And it was literally the exact type of kid. So I think they have the exact same fans, which is kind of funny. The other thing for Ian too is that he does only have like 4 or 5 songs. And when you have such a weak foundation and you're not able to evolve over years and like really build your sound, like, I guess he dropped on SoundCloud for a couple years before this, but like for real, like really, have a nice gradual bit of growth and really build a fan base before you just blow up, you can fall off just as fast, and we've seen it like a million times. So I would say, what did Yeat originally say? I'm just trying to pull up real quick. Oh, you trying to take my sauce from me? Gotta give that back. I think Yeat is just gonna take it back, because he can do that. But anyways, I'm gonna leave the rest up to you. Let me know, do you think Yeat dissed Ian? 100%. A lot of fans are gonna be coping and be like, bro, he did not actually say. It's like, yeah, it was definitely directed at him. Do you think the end of Ian's career is like around the corner, or is 15 minutes up? We'll see. I do want to point out one last example. Remember BLP Kosher? He was kind of like a gimmick, not like gimmick rapper, but his whole like thing was like, oh, like look at this dude. He also had a Lyrical Lemonade video. I don't really see anybody talking about him right now, but yeah. All right. Take care, guys. Have a nice day. Bye.
Moving on from there. Ian, never stop. This is terrible. Just listen to Playboy Cardi instead. This is awful. Save yourself a stream. Save yourself a minute. Save yourself a headache. Just move on with your life. You don't need this.